Hello, hello. Welcome to the Pharmacy Seeds Network YouTube live stream. They're about to start the Hudson Valley Farmers and Gardeners Net. So I won't be able to monitor this as closely as I will be the radio the first half hour. After that, if you have questions and stuff, glad to interact. Looks like our stream health is good, so that's good. And it looks like it's 9:30, so it's time to go ahead. This is KD2IIN, Net Control for the Hudson Valley Farmers and Gardeners Net. The Hudson Valley Farmers and Gardeners Net is offered to the radio community each Tuesday at 9:30 p.m. and sponsored by the Overlook Mountain Amateur Radio Club. It is also live streamed on YouTube on the Pharmacy Seeds Network YouTube channel. Alright, this net is basically dedicated to farming and gardening and topics that run parallel to that, and we definitely go into all different things. So, anyway, if there are any check-ins, please call now.
QAK.
Whoa, he's loud. The net recognizes KD2 QAK. How are you tonight, Bob?
I'm very fine, CJ. I just didn't want you to be here all by yourself because I'm not really a farmer or a gardener a whole lot, but I sure been cutting a lot of grass up at St. John's Reformed Church and Cemetery. It's needed about every 5 days. My own out here is also, and it's time to raise the mower up to at least 3 inches. And it's going like crazy. How you been doing?
I'm good, and even when I'm alone, I'm never alone, Bob. Yeah, I'm good, and yeah, things are growing like crazy, especially the grass, which, yeah, we've had good rains, and now we're getting some good heat, so I'm happy. Yeah, do anything else farming or gardening related?
Not particularly. I do like to see the grass nice and green like it is now, and I won't complain if it keeps growing like it is. No, I don't have a whole lot.
Hi, Geeky.
Been playing around here with digital on my HF radio.
Yo, Monkey Man.
I made about 5 contacts on PSK31, so I've been learning a lot about this ham radio stuff. Back to you, CJ.
All right, very good. And I don't know if we had maybe another station in there, but glad to hear you're learning on PSK31 and playing around with the digital. I haven't actually had time or had equipment set up yet to play with the digital side of HF, so that's something I'm looking forward to in the future as well. Glad you're enjoying it. Let's just see if there's any check-ins here. This is KD2IIN, Net Control for the Hudson Valley Farmers and Gardeners Net. If there are any further check-ins, please call now.
This is KD2RWI.
The net recognizes KD2RWI. Ethan, how are you tonight?
Doing pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Had a good day. That's
Good to hear. I don't have too many topics related to farming and gardening, so I might do a good amount of that. If anyone, if I hear anything, put in, I'll definitely do it. But good to hear the net up and running.
Any further check-ins, please call now. Hi, Gigi. All right, well, we'll roll it back up to KD2QAK. Yeah, we'll just put it back to you.
I don't have any much extra additional to add to it. I'm kind of worn out here from typing on this laptop. You know, I never took typing in high school, so when I'm doing the PSK31, it's a challenge. But anyway, I make the most of macros on it anyway. Yeah, not a whole lot to say. Our garden is growing well. Been trying to catch one of the woodchucks that lives out in the back that's been eating some of my wife's flowers. Interesting thing happened the other day is in the morning I went out and checked it, and I had a raccoon in the trap. And when I looked at the trap, I said to my wife, "You got to come here and look at this," because it was Mama Raccoon in the trap, and little baby raccoon was laying right next to Mama, waiting for her to go back home again. Obviously, I wasn't going to kill that, so I opened the trap, and baby went one direction and Mama went the other, but I'm sure they're back together now. Back to you, CJ.
This is KD2 control for the Hudson Valley Farmers and Gardeners Net. Yeah, that's awesome. That's really sweet, actually. He was laying outside waiting for Mama, and I'm glad you let him go. Yeah, yeah. Those woodchucks, I didn't have any trouble with them the first month and a half of the growing season, but all of a sudden they're out now, and time to get rid of a few, I think.
I've been trying to catch a few up around the church. Pastor says he sees them out there, but I haven't been very successful. I'm using cabbage and watermelon rind and melon rind. They doesn't seem to attract the woodchucks, but I know they'll go for that. That's probably about the best. Anyway, speaking of wildlife, I did see a coyote ran in front of me yesterday on Aspenwall Road, Red Hook. And,
hello, Kristen.
I caught him on my dash cam, so I thought that was
hello, Yorkshire George.
Back to you, CJ.
Awesome, awesome. Sounds like you've had some good wildlife experiences lately. I've got a couple of fawns that have been running around here with Mama, and I keep coming across them, and they scare up from their laying spot and run off, and I scare them up in another spot later on. I've been kind of chasing them around the farm, not intentionally, but been cool to see them, and see Mama kind of circumnavigating me.
I saw a doe standing right next to the road over at Bard College today. I caught that one on my dash cam too. I haven't put it on the computer yet. Back to you.
All right, very good, very good. Well, those sound like some good stories, so thanks for sharing those. Let's roll on down to KD2RWI, Ethan, and see what his thoughts are on all that, and then we'll take an opportunity for check-ins again. Ethan, pick it up.
KD2RWI, before I get started, how is my signal here? I know it can get a little clunky.
Solid, solid, and you have good audio now, too.
Perfect, it's here. In regards to woodchucks, that's kind of we're talking about wildlife. For people I know who had problems with them, I guess peanut butter works really, really well. It's kind of like the staple for trapping things for some reason. Not too sure why. He's got a woodchuck here. It doesn't seem to bother us too much. It's kind of funny to watch him run around in the backyard. Doesn't eat anything though. It's kind of weird. Let me drop this real quick. But yeah, don't have a whole lot of projects going on right now. Actually, other than we got a couple of chicken eggs in the incubator. Our baby turkeys are starting to slowly grow up. I'm excited because once the toms start getting to a certain age, they start flexing. You know how the turkeys show off all their feathers, and it's the cutest little thing. You'll probably see when it comes to birds. This thing is like it's probably 6 inches tall, flexing all his feathers out. It's really weird, funny looking.
Oh, yeah. I can't say I've seen that with young turkeys, but I've seen that with the young roosters here on my chicken flocks. It's really funny when they start flexing and crowing and facing off and all that. And before they mature with it, it's so juvenile and so comical.
Yeah, kind of, yeah. The turkeys, the toms do start fighting each other once they get a little younger. It's not violent, but they'll just like kind of hop on each other.
Chip and Dale? Oh yeah, I got 25 sets of them.
Interesting how the turkeys grow up. But yeah, not much else going on in regards to the farm. But yeah, only turkeys and chickens at the moment.
Alright, very good. Well, let's go take an opportunity for check-ins here now and see if anyone else has showed up and wants to join the party. This is KD2IIN, Net Control for the Hudson Valley Farmers and Gardeners Net. For any further check-ins, please call now.
KD2 RFI.
There he is. The net recognizes KD2 RFI Bob. And hang on one second, I just want to make sure we're not missing anybody else here. Are there any further check-ins? All right, very good. KD2 RFI, how are you tonight?
Good evening, TJ. Good evening, everyone. They're doing good. It's been a long, hot day outside all day long. You know, doing all the stuff at work that I do. It's just very busy, very busy. I heard you talking about the wildlife, and from my house, I definitely got a ton of wildlife. Saw the biggest bear I've seen in years the other day, right in my backyard. And, you know, coyotes, foxes, raccoons, I got all of them running through my yard. I think the only thing I haven't seen in my yard is a groundhog. I think that back I did see one about 2 years ago.
I say,
Small one
lucky you.
Brush, but I haven't seen him recently. Imagine as soon as the garden gets going, they'll probably pop out.
Yeah.
But I definitely do got an interesting story about foxes that we've been dealing with at work. So it's kind of a pain, and unfortunately people aren't helping. They watched the female fox raise her, I guess you call them a litter, of the baby foxes.
Yep.
And now they've been feeding them, throwing them food, and thinking they're so cute. And now they're pretty much walking right up to us, unfortunately. So if they continue that behavior, unfortunately they're going to blame the fox, and the fox is going to have to be dispatched.
Yep.
You know, not something I like to see at all. I'm more with the other gentleman who let the raccoon
Hands
out of the
off.
cage and, you know, and just be on its way. But lesson learned, stay away from us, we stay away from you, you know,
Right.
but, you know, try not to interfere. So,
You have trouble understanding
pretty
me?
interesting.
Is this
all
better?
right. Other than that, you know,
I'm sorry.
not too much more going on here. Back to you, CJ.
All right, very interesting. And yeah, that's a shame. I remember watching the foxes and the deer back behind my parents' house. My dad and I would walk back every night and watch them. And man, really cool to watch them play, but we never fed them or encouraged anything. You know, we wanted to keep that fear of humans. And it's a shame that people are doing that. And the really sad part is they're just not thinking it through. They think it's cute and fun, and they're not thinking about the negative effect they're having on that animal's life long term. And boy, that's a shame.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. I mean, I'm not afraid to, you know, put down a coyote or a fox that's after my chickens here.
Yep.
I've done it in the past, but,
Yep.
you know, if they're not bothering me, I don't bother them and don't interfere with them. So I've tried talking to some people about it, and, you know, one individual in particular just kind of a know-it-all. Oh, no, don't worry about it. It's fine. They're so cute. And, you know, unfortunately, it does. They don't look at the big picture. Maybe narrow-minded comment on my part or whatnot, but sometimes humans think they're the smartest, and we're really not. All right. Anyway, I don't want to tie up the channel too long, so I'll send it right back to you, CJ, and we roll right on through.
Hey, it seems like the smarter we think we are, the dumber we are. Anyway, yeah, some people just, you can't reason with them, even when you explain all that we were just talking about. Anyway, this is KD2IIN, Net Control for the Hudson Valley Farmers and Gardeners Net. Let's see if there's any further check-ins. We'll go back to the top of the list. Are there any further check-ins? No further check-ins recognized at this time. We're going to roll back to the top. KD2QAK, Bob, pick it up.
Yeah, okay. Speaking of foxes, my daughter told me this afternoon that a woman was bitten by a rabid fox in Rhinebeck in the church parking lot across the street from the hospital. My daughter works at the hospital, and this woman was, this rabid fox attacked her, and she called security. They called, I guess, 911, and the conservation officer got there and dispatched the fox. When he got there, the fox was trying to chew the tires off from her car.
Wow.
And so they tested the fox, and sure enough, she's got to take the series of rabies shots. So if you got neighbors that are messing with the foxes, you might put a little bit of fear in their mind about playing around with foxes. You know, it's kind of like when you walk in the parks, they say, beware of the snakes. What they're trying to do is just keep you on the path. And if you tell them, beware of the rabid foxes, they may just leave them alone. Back to you, CJ. Anyway, by the way, I'm going to say 7:03. It's getting near my bedtime, and I'm going to go up and spend a little time with the XYL and head for the sack. So it's been good talking to you guys. 7-3, KD2, QAK is going to be clear.
And this is KD2 and Net Control for the Hudson Valley Farmers and Gardeners Net. Well, thanks for joining the net, Bob, and I totally agree with you. And yeah, it's a shame we have to sell it with a little bit of fear rather than just intelligence and logic. But you know, got to speak to what works, I suppose. Anyway, I hope you have a good evening, and appreciate you joining the net, and we'll talk to you soon. We'll roll on down to KD2 RWI. Ethan, pick it up.
82 RWI, yeah, it's an interesting story to hear a woman getting bit by a raccoon. I would be a little freaked out. A little raccoon bites in and starts eating your tires. I think the eating your tires part would be the strangest. I've never seen an animal start eating tires before, but who knows? But, yeah. I have a quick question. Would it be, I'm not sure if this, the FCC rules, would it be an FCC violation to ask where someone could get their hunting license, where an event would be?
No. No, I don't believe it would. Just asking for information. Yeah, where to get your hunting license. I haven't done that in so long, I'm not sure. But you could go on the DEC website. I'm sure you could find information there. Or you could contact the DEC, and I'm pretty sure they have a 800 phone number. I know there's a major DEC headquarters down in New Paltz, so you might contact those guys. I believe they manage this area. I think we're management area 5, if I remember correctly.
Great, 82 QAK.
Pick it up, Bob. That's right, you hunt. Tell him, Bob.
Yeah, I get my license online at the Department of Conservation website. It's a renewal each year. If you haven't had a license before, you have to take a hunter safety class, and you can also find out where the hunter safety classes are on the New York Department of Conservation website. You can also get them at your town clerk's office. That's as far as I know, town clerks. I don't know. There may be some sporting goods stores. Gander
Yes, you can,
may
actually
sell them, but I'm not sure. Back to you.
Comment.
Yeah, actually you can get them at Gander also, and you do have to take the hunter safety course, and comment KD2RFI, pick it up.
Yeah, KD2RFI. That's affirmative QAKs on the money with that, and as far as you can get Gander, Dick's Sporting Goods, even Walmart is selling them now. A lot of places, most any place that sells any type of sporting goods or has a sporting goods section seems to be selling hunting licenses now. Apparently the DEC went online with it, and it's, like I said, and Bob said, just about any place you want, you can pick up a license.
82 or WI. Yeah, I'm looking for one of the courses I found. I think I had a little trouble last time I was looking for them, trying to find them. But yeah, I'll definitely use the FCC website, not FCC, geez. The DEC, man, I'm mixing things up, to look for a couple of courses locally. Yeah, they're not as abundant as they were a while ago, but I'll try and find one so I can get going with that.
one thing you might look into is check around with the gun clubs in your area. They usually do the hunter safety courses from time to time, and that would be a good way to get that under your belt. Once you have that, save your license from the previous year. That's your proof that you were licensed before, and then that's how you get relicensed. So those are the tips on that. KD2IN.
D2RWI. Alright, guys, thanks. That's a lot of information there. That's great. Hopefully I can get it done this year and get out early. I do a lot of archery stuff. Find that a little more fun than regular shooting, just based on the noise. Although I do enjoy both. And you get there extra couple weeks, so I'm looking forward to that if I can get it in.
Awesome. Yeah, hunting's an excellent thing to do. Excellent way to spend time. Even if you don't bring any game home, and you spend some time in the woods, you really get to relax and think and have a different perspective on things and watch some really cool things happen in nature. So well worth pursuing. Very good. Let's just pause here for a moment, see if there's any last check-ins here before we do our last 10 minutes or so of the net. This is KD2IN, Net Control for the Hudson Valley Farmers and Gardeners Net. If there are any further check-ins, please call now. All right, no further check-ins, so we're going to bounce down to KD2RFI. Pick it up, Bob.
KD2 RFI. Yeah, definitely. CJ's right on the money with the gun clubs or sportsmen's clubs. Quite often they'll have classes, and they're not advertised on DC, just more locally through the fishing game clubs. You can also check out your local firearms dealers. More like the smaller ones. I don't know if you're in the Kingston area. I believe there's a dealership in Kingston. I think it's Ruger's Customs or something like that.
Ruger's, yep.
But anyway, any local shop usually has a good feel on the pulse of what type of classes are going around. So it's a good spot to start anyway. I don't know. I ain't got too much more. The fox issue is the biggest thing that's been going on with me at work, and like I said, that fox was like within 5 yards of me yesterday. So I reported that it was definitely an issue, and people got to knock it off. I've talked to individuals about it, and they just kind of carefree attitude, so they don't realize the harm they're doing. Obviously we're intelligent, supposedly. You can't talk to some people. But other than that, I haven't done too much on the garden over here. I did have those 82 chickens, or baby chicks in my basement. Finally got them out. They were starting to think up the place a little. You change your bed and whatnot, and just, within a week it starts going back. So they finally got all their feathers in, and they're good enough, and the weather's warm enough. I put them out in chicken coop with the other birds. I only had 16 other birds, and I put 41 of them out in the coop. The other 41 went to a friend's house. I just kind of raised them for them too. So it's pretty cool. And just like you're saying with the turkeys, they tend to kind of get their own pecking order. And
high school class there, really?
Pump the chest out and try and decide who the dominant bird's going to be.
Awesome.
Unfortunately for all them little baby birds, it's none of them, because I did put them in with 16 full-grown
as well
birds,
as gun safety.
They seem to be respecting each other's space. Because that's always, every time I do this, it's one of the things I'm worried about. Them,
I
the
gotta do
older
an
birds
update video on the chickens too.
ganging up on and attacking the little birds. So supposedly no issues. They've been out there since Sunday, and today they were actually outside of the coop, venturing out, checking out their outside surroundings, and as soon as nighttime came, they all went back in. So I think we're good. I think they're adapting well. All right. Anyway, I'm gonna be checking out here real soon. Like I said, it's been a long day, and it's gonna be a long day tomorrow again too. So I'm gonna sign off here and step away. CJ, I appreciate you doing this channel, this net every week. I
You don't
enjoy it.
homesteading.
KD2 RFI. Wishing everyone 173.
All right, very good, Bob. Glad to hear all things are well and chickens are finally out. And yeah, as they get older, boy, that mess accumulates much quicker each time. So glad you got them finally outside and they're acclimatizing nice. I just got rid of a rooster on my out of my 2 flocks and combined the 2 flocks into one with a good rooster. And they settled in well together. They're happy in the chicken tractor and all went well there. So excited about that too. So sounds like we're all making good chicken progress. All right, I'm going to pass it back to Ethan, KD2RWI, for his final comments, and I'm going to go ahead and close the net. Bob, thanks for joining as well. Always appreciated. This is KD2IN, Net Control for the Hudson Valley Farmers and Gardeners Net. Passing it back to KD2RWI. Oh, yeah.
82 RWI, yeah, I got not much left to say, but thanks for doing the CK. It's a good net. It's great to get to hear about everyone's projects and everything going on with farming, gardening, and whatever other topics arise. So, yeah, I'm going to head out to 82 RWI, so I'm clear, 73.
All right, very good. Well, thanks for participating, Ethan. As you know, nets are no fun unless we have participants. So thank you to everyone who joined the net and participated, and for all those excellent stories. It was good conversation and good chat. So hope everyone has an excellent evening and enjoys this beautiful summer weather and has a happy Independence Day. All right, I got to do some announcements. This is KD2IIN, Net Control for the Hudson Valley Farmers and Gardeners Net. Farmers and Gardeners Net is offered to the radio community each Tuesday at 9:30 p.m. by the Overlook Mountain Amateur Radio Club, located in beautiful Ulster County, New York. If you want to know more about our club, please visit our website at www.omarkclub.org. That's whiskey, Mike, Alpha, Romeo, Charlie, Lima, Uniform, Bravo, Oscar, Romeo, Golf. Thanks to all those who participated. This is KD2IIN. Oh, one more into the net, just kind of ambles along. Either way, it's an excellent net, good conversation, all sorts of stuff, anything from Raspberry Pis to radios to antennas, and then way beyond that. So I recommend you check that net out as well. More information about our nets is also on our website at www.omarkclub.org. Thanks to all those who participated. This is KD2IIN, saying 73, and inviting you to join us again next week. This net is closed, and this repeater is back under regular amateur use. 7-3s. Whoop whoop. You don't need a license to shoot pest animals here. Homesteading the hard way. However, there are exceptions to that, because if you shoot a bear, you're going to be in big trouble. And there's a couple other animals. Mountain lion, although they won't even admit that we have them here, even though they released them here, but they won't admit that we have them here. So there are some nuances to that, but like like if you got to shoot a woodchuck or a coyote or a fox that's attacking your farm, that's within purview without a hunting license. But anything hunting for game-wise, there's a bunch of rules and restrictions that go, and it varies with the game size, the different seasons, etc. I imagine that's similar down there. The only thing we don't have the hunter safety course in high school. I wish we had that in high school, that and a gun safety course. Man, can you imagine how much better our society would be with that? Why are we not doing that? Man. They don't admit to panthers in your area either. Yeah, but they've been seen and heard. Yeah, my dad has personally seen mountain lions several times. And so have their neighbors. So they're definitely here. There's no question about that. But they don't admit it and don't talk about it. But they released them, I think, to help control game populations and to help balance the ecosystem more. But it's like they're afraid to talk about it. I think in part because of what's going on in California, where they're coming into neighborhoods and they're attacking pets and some people. I don't know if you guys saw that one guy that got attacked on the mountain bike or on the bike, and then there was another guy that got attacked and he choked the thing out and beat it, lived. That wasn't too long ago. That was only a couple months ago. Won't last much longer. Well, I'm glad you rescued that dog, homesteading the hard way. I think that's awesome. I can't understand somebody that would take an animal like that, totally helpless, take it as though they're going to be responsible for it, and then just leave it and abandon it. What is wrong with people? Yeah, no, that's true, Geeky Gardens. They do got to eat too. I just can't let them eat my crops. I do what I can to fence it, but I can't, you know, the fence doesn't always work, and if the fence ain't working, something else going to have to. Yeah, the amazing guy that lived, yeah, choked him out. I mean, what other choice do you have, really? It's choke him out or he's going to eat you. I think I'd try it too. I just don't know if I'd be successful. That's not a weak animal, not a light animal. Every time I think of that, I just start cracking up. Like, man, that dude was dedicated to surviving. Bite me, I'll choke you out. I wonder if he took jiu-jitsu so he knew how to do good chokes. The dog had puppies and they dumped a litter. I remember my mom and I finding 4 or 5 drowned kittens in the river up near our farm up in the Catskills when I was a kid, in a box. Somebody drove over the bridge and threw these kittens in a box into the river and let them drown. It's just heartbreaking, you know? How do you do that? You couldn't find them a home? Really? You couldn't take them to the SPCA or something? Just... why? Yeah, them or me. Yeah, you know, I'll defend myself and I'll defend my crops from stuff, but I'm the same way as Bob. You know, otherwise I'm not going to bother them unless I'm hunting for food, or, you know, then that's a whole different story. But otherwise, as long as they don't interfere with me, I don't interfere with them. I actually enjoy seeing those creatures all around close to me, as long as they keep their respective distance. Yorkshire George, some people lost the knowledge to live with them. Some of us still have it. We still know how to coexist. I get along good with snakes. For the most part, like bugs, skunks, raccoons, everything. The only one that really gives me trouble is woodchucks, and that's because they, you know, they tunnel in and they come up into my garden and eat my stuff, and I work too hard to have them take it. So I have a distinct hate for them. And then the chipmunks tend to really screw up my seed starts in the greenhouse, and then they steal tomatoes later in the season, so I'm not too happy with them either. But I don't have a great solution for them. There's probably 1,000 chipmunks in a square, you know, a square acre and a half or 2 acres around me here. So, you know, there's, like, I could trap them all day long. I wouldn't even make a dent in the population. It wouldn't matter. So you kind of just got to cut your losses with some stuff, unfortunately. I want to do better fencing, like chicken wire fencing, but man, it's expensive. Stop being top of the fence food chain. We have them here now, yeah. Well, you know, I mean, Christy, maybe that's the thing. Maybe they were meant to be with you, right? I mean, obviously they found a good home, so that's awesome. So in a way it worked out. It's just sad that people don't care enough to just find a good home. If we put ourselves in a situation where we're not at the top of the chain, yes, that's right, Geeky Gardens. We got this superior processor up here. If we're not using that, well, too bad. You lose. Hey, Robin, what's going on? Yes, they are, Geeky Gardens. Animals are attracted to those who will appreciate them in general. My cat's clone Dios that died on me back in 2015. The day my brother died in 1999, we went over to tell my girlfriend at the time's mother that he had died. And that cat came out of the kitten box. I mean, they were only a couple of weeks old. And through my tears, he sat right on my boot and looked up at me. And I couldn't say no. Heather, my girlfriend at the time, Heather, would give me a hard time. Oh, we got to get a kitten. We got to get a kitten. I was like, I don't want a kitten. I don't want any pets to take care of, no. And that day, it was like, well, okay, he's coming home. And then every time we'd leave the house, we'd hear him mewing and crying, and we knew he had to have a companion, so we brought his brother Dios home. Dios was the runt of the litter. But man, they were the two best friends I ever had as far as animals goes. They were so sweet. So yeah, they are attracted to people who will care for them. And like Cloney, when he died, he was sick for like 6 months at the end, and I took care of him, you know. Yeah, he knew. He knew. People feel safe in the store. Yeah, natural selection. Well, that's the problem. We're interfering with natural selection all the time, Chris and Darlene. Yeah, exactly. Kiki said it too. We don't let it happen. If we let it happen, we get rid of them. That stupid problem is in part because we're not letting natural selection do its thing. Otherwise, those stupid people wouldn't survive. Yeah, pizza doesn't come from a farm, right? Really? I found a bottle fed. She had started eating food when I got her. Crazy thing, she was a German wire-haired pointer. Huh, I don't think I've ever seen one of those. You big softy. Yeah, I am a big softy at heart. Thought that's why you guys had guns. No, Yorkshire George. That's to defend ourselves from threats, all threats, foreign and domestic. Put it that way. Unfortunately, we can't just go around fixing the stupid people problem. It doesn't really go over well. Idiocracy? No, I heard about that though, Geeky. That's like the third or fourth time I've heard that movie title. I guess I'll have to check that out. What year did that come out? Bird dogs. Oh, bird dogs are fun. My dad's friend had a coon dog. We used to coon hunt when I was a kid. Man, that was a lot of fun. Stupid people. Yeah, that's what he means. Not bring back the stupid people. Bring back the natural selection. I did see your potato vid, Robin. I did. Yeah, those potatoes look pretty healthy overall. But yeah, that's interesting. The stink bug hanging out and doing his chewing thing. Are they doing much damage? Have you been picking them off, or is it just a couple? Coon dogs? You still have coon dogs, HTHW? Yeah, the Darwin Awards. Yeah, that's, boy, that can really suck you in for hours on YouTube. Don't get me started on that on a winter night. I'll look up, it'll be 3 hours later, I'll be watching those kind of videos. Not healthy to binge watch that stuff. One or two once in a while is good for a laugh, but... So how's everybody's gardens doing? Gardens and farms. Moderation, everything. Absolutely, Kiki. Everything in moderation and everything, or however that goes. I forget how that goes. Didn't hunt, but hiked with her. She would hold the point forever. Awesome. That's cool. I used to do missing persons work, and we had air scent dogs for that. And the one that I'll never forget was my friend's dog, Misha. She was a German Shepherd. And man, that dog was just amazing. Super smart, super sweet. Just one of the most impressive air scent dogs I've ever seen. Snickered every time I go past him. Oh, used to be obsessed with coon, bear, and bobcat hunting. So bobcat and bear I've never hunted. But I do see a lot of bobcats around here. I've seen them in the wild out here. I've seen them when I was hunting. Not for bobcat, hunting for other stuff. I'm big into like, well, when I had time to hunt, I was big into like rough grouse and pheasant and that kind of stuff. I love bird hunting, a lot of fun. Used to do a lot of that up in the Catskill Mountains. The grouse hunting up there was just incredible. But the coon was a lot of fun too. I remember doing that as a kid and being out till 2 or 3 in the morning hunting coons all night. What a rip that was. I actually got written up in Full Cry magazine in 1986. I got a little article about coon hunting in there. I'll have to see if I can dig up the clip out of the magazine of that, or the photocopy or whatever it is. Wilts every afternoon, stands buck up at sundown. Do you have enough water to be able to give it a good soaking every night, Geeky? Beagle Cross Spaniel. Yeah, I'll bet. Search and rescue, okay. We were in missing persons, so we were usually, after the police did their search, couldn't find them. After search and rescue did their thing, couldn't find them. Later on, family members would hire the investigative team we worked with to go do searches for the people. We were usually looking for a dead body at that point, unfortunately. But it was a very interesting thing to be involved with, but also very time demanding, and I just didn't have the time for it. My passion for farming far exceeds my passion for that. So here I am. Pretty much have to use hounds, yeah. Bells are yellowing from too much water. You're still getting too much rain down there, Robin? Full Cry. Oh, if you got the issue, look it up. It's 1986. I think my name's I think it might be under CJ something. I'll have to dig that up. I know I have that in a photo album somewhere. Like a photocopy of the article. But yeah, I was in that. My dad's friend Dennis Cleveland sent that in, I think. Or maybe John Henneke, I'm not sure which. I was also in our local paper when I was young with a learning enrichment assistant program. It was like an advanced learning program. And I had a little automatic plant waterer in there. I'll have to dig that article up too. That still cracks me up when I look at that. Wow, still raining. Okay, Christy, thanks for joining in. Glad you joined us. Hope you have a good evening, and happy Independence Day. A bunch of old issues. You're in them too? We'll have to make some photocopies or something and share homesteading. I'd love to check those out, actually. That would be cool. Thanks, Christy. I'll do my best. Chris, are you irrigating now on your beds? I don't even know if I have one around anymore, Chris. I think the last I saw that actual magazine was probably 1986. Maybe 1996, when my mom was cleaning stuff out. I might even have that issue of that magazine somewhere in one of my piles of stuff, but God knows where that would be. If I could find that, there'd be a lot of cleaning would have been done, we'll put it that way. Wireless mesh networking published in the journal Supercomputing. No kidding. I've done a whole lot of wireless mesh related stuff, Kiki. That's awesome. In the full page ads, HTHW, nice. Mine was just a little blip. I mean, honestly, you'd have to flip through slowly probably to find it, but that's awesome she kept them, Chris. Well, I guess I'll talk about my gardens a little bit. My stuff is growing real well. I mean, everything is really establishing nice this year and starting to really take off. Okay, Robin, have a good night. Thanks for joining. Glad you stopped in. So my stuff's all taken off, and I actually just gave a foliar feed to everything tonight. Broke big game hounds. Oh, nice. Yeah, that was one of the things we did as part of the missing persons was we were one of the few people who was trained in how to train an air scent dog. So we did a lot of air scent dog training. I'm probably one of about 6 people in the country actually that knows how to do that start to finish. I just don't have time or energy to handle dogs. I'm already overloaded, as you might know by watching my channel. But it was a lot of fun. It was a cool era and phase of my life. My squash, let's see, on the gardening lines, my squash are just starting to set out flowers. Bear dogs are almost famous. Oh, really? We have to pick our hobbies. That's so true, Geeky Gardens. You can only put so many irons in the fire. Actually, that's not true. You can put as many irons in the fire as you want. You can only tend so many irons. And if you can't tend them, they burn up in the fire. So. I have to say I've really enjoyed the marriage of like understanding biology and soil and plant health and farming, and crossing that with technology has been really cool. I love that hybridization. And incorporated in that the ability to fall back to like, okay, we don't have to have the technology, but everything still functions even if it's not available. A sheepdog. Oh, that's cool. I have 0 experience with sheep. They pretty much stay in a herd, don't they, Yorkshire? Or is that? I guess that's what the dog's for, huh? To keep them together as a group. Not to mention push them where you want to push them. Tiny poodles to hunt bears. Your bears are that small? What about your swamp apes? Come train mine, she's hard-headed. Can you teach an old sheepdog new tricks, Yorkshire George? Yeah, training herding dogs is an awesome skill to have. As is training crazy hours. Be glad you're making the money, I guess, but I know how that wears you out too. Nice. It'll be nice to fall back to the gardens and the chickens. Everything is small in Florida. Too hot, huh? Or is there just heavier gravity there? Yeah, I mean, I a bear, small or large, I don't think I want to get in a fight with a bear unarmed, small or large. I actually wouldn't even want to fight a raccoon unarmed. You think about what they could do. There was a guy who got attacked by a bobcat in his garage like a couple of years ago, don't know if you guys saw that article, but that was really interesting too. Tore him up pretty good. Well, you think about it. Think about something like twice the size of your house cat, pissed off. Imagine what that could actually do to you. Like, it doesn't have to be a bear. All it's got to be is one ticked off predator. You get those claws and fangs going, and with the speed that they have, you know, I mean, the speed and agility they have. Even some of the fastest humans just can't work at those speeds. Two at the health department, not over 40 pounds. Two bears, not over 40 pounds. Were they cubs, maybe? To kill rats. See, I'd love to have a dog for rats. Rats and mice and chipmunks. That'd be awesome. In fact, I don't know if you guys have seen the Mink Man channel. If you haven't seen the Mink Man channel, check out the Mink Man channel. He uses dogs and minks to hunt rats. It is the coolest thing. I wish I had time to learn minkenry and get a minking license. But that's just like a whole nother, that would take all my time. But what a cool, man, he goes into farms and just cleans out rats like bang with the mink and the dogs. Yeah, that's what I said, HTHW. Cubs, maybe? Can't be adults at 40 pounds. Something's wrong there. You've seen his channel? Yeah. Pretty cool, huh, Yorkshire George? Yeah, another hobby, right. See, this is where okay, too many irons. I just have to set them all over here, and maybe if I have time for another iron in the fire later on, I'll throw one in. It probably won't be that. A 200-pound bear in Florida, okay. I mean, that's still a small bear, but you know, you figure a 200-pound person with fangs, claws, and the strength of a bear. But 40 pounds seems really low. I mean, that's a small bear. That sounds like a cub. Deer the size of a tall dog. Wow. Yeah. What is it? There's an island in Hawaii where there's some kind of special deer that are super small and super fast and agile. I forget what they're called. They were talking about it on Joe Rogan with one of the like professional hunter guys he had on. I forget who. That was an interesting episode. Yeah, you can grow some gators. Yeah, what's your biggest gator down there, Geeky? Those things are no joke. I'd rather fight a bear than a gator. In the mountains they're small, and down where you are, 500 pounds isn't uncommon. Interesting. I'm trying to think. I think they're bigger in the mountains here, at least in the Adirondacks. Yeah, Catskills too, because I've seen a big bear in the Catskills. It's nice to know a little about a lot. To know a lot about little. That's true, Yorkshire George. Breadth rather than depth. To fight a gator, you have to violate rule number 1. Yup. Yep. Don't engage something that can eat you. Without an appropriate weapon that gives you devastating wins every time. Yep, and be in their territory. Yep, exactly. But their territory is pretty much any waterway down there, right? That's the scary part. Like, I like to go swimming, like, in streams and ponds and rivers here. I would not feel comfortable doing that in Florida. No way. Knowing there could be a 14-foot gator getting ready to take me under? Uh-uh. A 6-footer. Yeah. You had a gator there homesteading the hard way? You shouldn't be telling me that. You're going to have a hard time talking to me into moving down there now. I take it you don't typically have them there. Yeah, I've heard the meat is killer. I mean, I wouldn't mind hunting gators. I just wouldn't want to swim in the same waters that I know they could be lurking in. Like up here, the worst thing you're going to have maybe is a snapping turtle. And I can tell you, if they encounter you in the water, they're going to go the other way. They're not going to, like, come after you. Whereas a gator, and if they did, you know, there are some huge snappers here, like down in Tivoli Bays area. There's some 400-year-old snappers down there that are, man, they're probably all of 500 pounds, 400 or 500 pounds. They're huge. Like, I wouldn't want to get in a fight with one of them. But still, in the water, they would swim away from you. Whereas a gator, you look like chicken nuggets to a gator. Around the corner from City Hall. Oh, I'm sure they keep it a little spiffier around there, huh? Stop that before it got started. Yeah, don't let them start reproducing. I don't know how many eggs they can lay, but given that they're a reptile, kind of like a snake or a turtle, I imagine they could put down a couple hundred. You could have a real serious population problem real quick if they reproduce. I guess you'll know when all your ducks and everything else starts going missing. What happened to all the wildlife around here? Seems to be missing all around the waterways. Well, guys, I hate to jump out fast tonight, but used to be protected. Yeah, I bet they recovered well. Your extreme northern limit. Oh, okay, I didn't realize they were that far north. Anyway, as I was saying, I gotta go ahead and close this stream out. I got an irrigation cycle to finish. Well, actually finish and switch over. And I gotta go pick up the truck for tomorrow for work. So, I gotta jump out. Thank you everyone for watching the live stream and joining. Appreciate it. Always appreciate your support. And hope you all have an excellent evening and a happy Independence Day. Let's stay free, huh? Good night, everyone. Thank you very much. Take care. We'll see you next week. Actually, I'll probably see most of you Friday night on HTHW's live. You had some? Yeah, I've never tried it, homesteading the hard way. Yeah, morning's there. Yeah, I'll bet it's like 1:30 or so there, George. $3:30 already. Wow. Wow. Yeah, I guess you guys are more like 5 or 6 ahead of us. Fair enough. All right. Good night, everyone. Thank you. Thanks for watching the Pharmacy Seas Network.